Why are billionaires weird? It's a question you've probably thought quietly to yourself while watching a clip of Elon Musk mumble awkwardly through an interview or seeing Jeff Bezos laugh like a cartoon villain at a press event. And yet, somehow, these same people are shaping the future, building rockets, controlling global markets, and influencing how billions of people live. So, what gives? Why are the richest people on Earth so strange? The truth is, you kind of have to be. To become a billionaire, you can't think like everyone else. You can't act like everyone else, and in most cases, you can't even live like everyone else. You have to be obsessed, ruthlessly focused, borderline delusional, and society tends to label that kind of extreme as weird. Billionaires don't operate on the same wavelength as the average person. While most people are worried about paying rent or choosing a college major, billionaires are thinking about colonizing Mars, merging the human brain with artificial intelligence, or building floating cities. Their ideas stretch so far beyond normal that they often come off as eccentric or unrelatable. But that eccentricity is often the byproduct of isolation. Think about it. The more wealth and power someone accumulates, the fewer people around them can challenge them, relate to them, or keep them grounded. They live in a reality bubble, surrounded by staff, security, curated experiences, and polished information. And over time, they become detached from what most of us would call normal. This disconnection explains why billionaires sometimes make tone-deaf statements, like telling workers to just work harder while flying private jets to climate conferences, or why some of them pursue projects that feel wildly out of touch, like building luxury bunkers in New Zealand to escape doomsday scenarios. But it's not just social awkwardness or arrogance. Sometimes their weirdness is functional. Billionaires often play long games. They think in decades, not days. While most people chase short-term results, they're strategizing on how to dominate markets, shape industries, or rewrite the rules of capitalism. That kind of thinking requires a high tolerance for uncertainty, risk, and even failure. It also requires being misunderstood, sometimes for years. When Elon Musk bet everything on Tesla, people laughed. When Jeff Bezos told investors he wouldn't turn a profit for years, they mocked him. When Zuckerberg pivoted to the metaverse, the internet collectively rolled its eyes. But behind those decisions is a level of conviction and vision that most people simply don't have the patience or risk appetite for. Of course, there's a dark side too. Some billionaires use their weirdness as a mask, hiding unethical behavior behind the image of a quirky genius. Others become so removed from ordinary life that they lose empathy entirely, viewing people as numbers and society as a chessboard. The line between brilliance and madness is thin, and sometimes it's hard to tell if a billionaire is seeing the future or just losing their grip on reality. But whether you admire them or fear them, one thing is clear. Billionaires aren't like the rest of us. They operate in a different world, by different rules, with different pressures. Their weirdness isn't always a flaw. It's often a reflection of how far outside the norm you have to go to achieve that level of success. You can't rewrite history by thinking like everyone else. And in a world where standing out is a requirement for rising to the top, maybe being weird is just another word for being impossible to ignore. So the next time you see a billionaire saying something bizarre or acting in a way that makes you cringe, remember, there's a thin line between crazy and visionary. And that's exactly where the richest people in the world tend to live.